The Switch is an awesome platform with no shortage of awesome games, but somewhere along the line there was a bunch of them that got announced that just haven't come out yet. And seriously, where are these 5 games? Hello everybody, Gabe from Switch Force, and today I want to talk about 5 games that seemingly just kind of disappeared. We've heard a little bit about them here and there. In some cases we do know that they were just delayed, but let's go ahead and get into it with the number 5 game, which is going to be Pocket Rumble. This got announced way back in one of the early indies, and the last time we were updated about this was August of 2017. And their stance was, hey, the game's not ready, we don't want to put it out in bad shape, we're waiting. So that's sort of exactly where we are now. In April of 2018, we still don't know anything. Just last month, they did go ahead and say, hey, we're not ready to talk about Pocket Rumble out on Nintendo Switch quite yet. When we do have more information to share, we'll share it with you, but until then, nothing. And that is exactly what we have. For anyone unfamiliar, Pocket Rumble is a very basic fighting game that's pixelated. I love the art style, and I was excited for it when it got announced, and so much time has passed by that at this point, it's kind of just like a joke, not a joke of a game, but it's a joke that hey, we've been waiting for this long and the game just isn't out yet. I know it was going to be a really good time for, Zach and at the time Jake and I to all play against each other locally with split Joy-Con. That was something we were really looking forward to, and now it's hopefully going to happen at some point. We just don't know when. And speaking of not knowing when, Wargroove is another game that we were very, very excited for. It was sort of a spiritual successor to Advance Wars. It had a lot of the same mechanics, but it's going to bring in online, and it's going to bring in a ton of very modern features, and it promised a really cool story. And then it just got pushed back, and then it got pushed back again, and now we have no idea when it's coming, but they do say the later part of the year, later half of 2018 is all they're saying for now. We don't have any more concrete info, but the funny thing is this is Chucklefish, the same company that is bringing over Pocket Rumble, the number 1 game on the list. And look, different developers and everything, it's just the same publisher. It's just weird that they have 2 games on our list for games that we really, really want on Switch that just haven't happened. Everybody knows what Wargroove is. We're all terribly excited for it. Hopefully your excitement hasn't gone away just because of the delays, and hopefully we see it sooner rather than later. At number 3, we are going to go with Flipping Death by Zoink Games. This got announced way back in February of 2017, so it's been over a year since we've heard and seen anything about the game. By all accounts, it's still coming. Zoink Games did put out Faye. They did do that for EA, and they put that out. That's out on Switch now. You can go play it if you haven't done so. Zach likes it. It's a neat little game that I haven't played, but I know Zach actually likes it quite a bit. Flipping Death was more my style. It seemed like a very sarcastic, funny take on an adventure game where you sort of go to the afterlife. It reminded me a lot of this TV show on, I believe it was Showtime back in the day, called Dead Like Me. Different story, but yeah, I love the art style, I love the color, the vibrancy, and the charismatic characters that were in the trailer had me really, really excited. But since then we haven't heard a whole lot, unfortunately. Now, of course, this is going to probably release soon, and funny enough, I think that about Pocket Rumble as well. I do think these games are coming. It's just a matter of when, and it's just weird that we haven't seen anything from them in so long. Once again, Flipping Death was one of my most anticipated titles from that Nindies Direct that it was originally shown in, again in 2017, and I do hope that I get my hands on it soon because I like being alive and then dead and then alive. Don't worry about it. Another game that was announced in one of those early Nindy presentations was Shakedown Hawaii, another spiritual successor to a game that I liked quite a bit. In Retro City Rampage, they made sure to say, hey, this isn't Retro City Rampage 2, this is an entirely new game that does a lot of the same thing, but there's going to be new mechanics, there's going to be all types of stuff that wasn't in the original. This was going to be a much bigger experience. For anyone unfamiliar with these games at all, it is kind of like a pixelated top-down Grand Theft Auto. Of course, Grand Theft Auto was originally top-down and it was pixelated in its own way, just not like this. But it does have this story of crime and thievery and all types of other insane stuff. It is very brutal, very violent, and it kind of seems like my type of game. I was very excited for it, but it's just not out yet. And, when Retro City Rampage came on Switch, I purchased that because I at the time thought to myself, hey, Shakedown Hawaii is going to come out soon. Let me play this and get primed. Played that, and then this never came out. Now, of course, it will eventually come out. The game is super into development now. They do say that it's coming soon. That's the last time that they've talked about it. Honestly, with a lot of these games, that's the most I can say, hey, it's coming soon. But the good thing about the Switch is that developers have no problem saying hey, our game's out next week. So that's sort of what I'm hoping happens here with Shakedown Hawaii. It looks like a really awesome game, and I can't wait to become a criminal in Hawaii, I guess. But for the last game, we have the fewest details available. If you guys remember that one screen, and I'm going to put it on screen here now, when all the franchises got announced for Nintendo Switch, right? There were a ton of big names on there, but one that I was really excited for was Tales. Tales of something. I don't know if it's going to be a remake of one of the Tales games that's already out. I don't know if it's going to be an exclusive Switch Tales game. Of course, we've had more and more information since then, but not a lot. Of course, Bandai is still going to put the game out. We just don't know very much. I would love to know if it's a port. I would love to know if it's a new game altogether. There is evidence of certain things here and there, but we really don't know. And until Namco, or Bandai Namco, comes out and says anything, we are kind of left in the dark here. RPGs is one of my favorite genres, and I think they are great for on the go, especially one of these with the grinding aspect that you do often get in Tales games. The combat is so cool in all of these games. It's more action based, it's not turn based like some of the RPGs that are already on Switch. So I feel like this would be really good for the platform, and hopefully it comes out this year. We have no word. I don't think it's gonna come out this year just because we know nothing. But like I said, they have no problem just saying, hey, here's our game, it'll be out like in a month. That's another thing that I'm hoping here with this Tales game. But it's just funny enough that when you see that chart of all these franchises that were promised to Switch, so many of them already made it on here, and Tales just kind of disappeared, so we really have no idea where it is. But let me know what you guys think. Do you have any games that you are kind of missing and got announced and you have no idea what happened to them? Because these are clearly still coming. They're being in development, so that's where they are. You know, when we say where are they, they're in development. They're just not out yet. I don't know what they're waiting for. Summer is a good time to drop some of these because there's not a lot of other games. The fall is probably not a great time because there's so many other big hitters, but maybe they have other plans. We'll see. Let me know what you thought about my list in the comments below. Of course, let me know if you have any games down there as well. I love reading those and having discussion with you guys in the comments about what you think. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed the video or found it informative. Maybe even hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of our other videos. But until next time, we love you. My name has been Gabe. Brought that back for you guys just for this video. I don't know. Switch Force out.